Hey guys, Chris Dunn here, aka the Boogeyman, part 6 of the Boogie Hauler. New direction, we're cutting and lengthening the frame and brake lines and battery box. Let's talk about the new direction. I have been thinking a lot. I get online and I look at ramp trucks, and there's some people around here that's got ramp trucks, and I really decided to go in a whole different direction. I love a ramp truck, but I wanted something to stand out. So I started researching like the old 60s box truck NASCAR haulers. Then this is a 55. So I started looking at the 1950s moving vans, and I come up with a cool idea I think I'm gonna like, and I think you guys are gonna like. We're gonna build an enclosed 24-foot boxed race hauler that actually the cab is connected to the box, side door, the race car goes in, tools, the whole 9 yards, generator on board, just a completely self-sufficient truck for our racing. In fact, here is the concept drawing that I've been sketching on for, I don't know, a while, and I just played around with it. And, basically we have a mother's-in-law attic. We have side boxes here and here. Now this is the driver's side. On the passenger side, these boxes will open up and toolboxes will slide out, which is our pit side on the passenger side. In fact, I'm gonna put an awning in here on the passenger side that comes out. And basically this is our truck, trailer, the whole 9 yards. Please don't mess with my drawing. I just sketched it trying to get an idea in my head. But this is basically what it'll be. And I haven't seen one. So, or I'm sure somebody's got one, but I just want to be different. So in this episode, we're also going to show you how we had to cut the frame and add 4 feet to it to get the 24-foot box to look right. Well, it's 23 to 24 foot. I ain't made my mind up yet. I'm even putting a roll-up door in the back of it like an old style moving van, stuff like that. It's just, I'm trying to make it's got rounded corners, trying to make it look the best I can to fit the cab. Also, we did the battery box and we got all the brake lines done. So stay tuned. Here we go. Okay guys, I didn't video doing a lot of this. In fact, I didn't video doing none of it. So I'm gonna walk through, I've got pictures, but I'm gonna walk you through what we done. Now basically here is where we've added the frame. And what we done to get 4 feet, we made a 6-foot C-channel, okay? And we actually wrapped it over, if you'll see there, over the existing frame. Then we put 6 grade 8 bolts, then we stitch welded it. And we did that because, these frames twist and they do this going up the road and going over things, and this needs to just move. It don't need to be welded rigid and not move. That's how things break. So it has to flex. So basically, like I said, we made this is 7 3/4. We made this C slip over it tight, clamped it, bored it, stitch welded it here, back there. And plus it's give us a foot of strength double frame here, a strength to double frame back there. Then we moved this cross member, rebolted it back in, as you can see, stitch welded it just a little bit, and that's for our drive shafts, which are being made now. It turned out pretty nice. Excuse all the stuff that's on it, just trying to get it up out of the floor. But we had to make this longer so this would be, when you put the box on it, you wouldn't have so much hanging past the back wheel. Right now from the center line back's about 10 feet, and from the center line forward from here to there is about 14 feet, 13 feet. And that'll look proportionally right. You know, look more like our drawing here, which is, you know, not the scale, but, you know, gives you a rough idea of what it's gonna do. As far as brake lines are concerned, well, let's look at the battery box. This is the battery box I made. It's got dual batteries right here. There'll be a compartment door open here to get it and to get the batteries in and out real easy. Also, we have a kill switch here. I just like having kill switches. It's also, once the box is made, you can just reach in back here and turn your switch on and off. The brake lines, basically, we run new brake lines on some of it's old. Basically, we come right here, you know, all new brake lines to here. In the front, what I've done is we got the brake lines run, you know, and spiraled pretty much down all the way to here. All right, and then to right here, we use the existing proportional block off the chassis, and then put, of course, this master cylinder to it. Now, we got a trick here because on the parking brake that I hope you guys like. This motorhome chassis had a parking brake on the back of the transmission, like a, you know, it's like a drum, like a old shoe drum style brake. Since we've got the 5-speed from the Dodge in there, I didn't have a way to put parking brakes on. So what I come up with is I have basically put a valve in the rear brakes. So then you push on the brake and you pull this cool ass handle out and turn it. And basically that locks the valve. So it's just so cool. It's like a big truck, and I'm gonna put a Peterbilt knob on this, and I think that's gonna be badass. And it's gonna, so you just push it in. And what that does is I've got a valve. You can see right here, a valve. And the valve with a handle, and we got to put the bracket on it, and we got the cable down there. So you push the brake, pull the cable, locks the rear brakes, and then I'm gonna make some cool old school chocks. Like when I was a kid, all the diesels, they chalked the wheels like the old Duke Power guys and Pike guys, and anybody with a big truck, they chalked the wheels. So we'll chalk the wheels too. That'll look pretty cool, but that's our brakes. It took me a while to really think of a good idea for that, but I just love it. You just pull it, lock it, now the brakes is on, and there you go. Now, just to get an idea, I got our columns put in. This is our steering wheel. We had to redo our clutch pedal and our brake pedal. Basically, we had to come over here and bring the brake pedal over. I wanted to give some more room for the gas pedal. The clutch pedal, we come and redone it here. We actually put a rod up in here, redid every bit of this, made it stronger so you could push the brake, no flex. Like I said, there's a stainless 5/8 rod here with collets, goes through everything. So we've had to redo the brakes, the brake pedal assembly and clutch, which I thought we might, but you gotta sit in the truck and get a feel for what you want. You know, that's like these seats here are out of a 92 Grand Prix I had. You know, I wanted some old school seats, but if I'm gonna drive this thing 4, 5, 6 hours, if you go to drag week, hell, it may be 10 hours away, 12 hours away. I wanted something with comfort. So once these are done, they sit really good because I've sat in it, just like I've done with my shifter. This is the shifter, and what we've done is took square tubing and I've mocked it up, set in the car, shifted it, sit in the truck, shifted the gears, got a feel for it, and then I'll build, you know, something round, you know, cool big shifter, you know, probably way up here, big Peterbilt knob on it, it'll be totally cool, badass, because you know we can't do something unless it's just totally cool. So that'll wrap up part 6, which was brakes. Battery box is done, frame was lengthened, brake lines are done. We even kicked in some pedals and the seats. Thanks guys. Chris Dunn, AKA the Boogeyman.